Lineup for Braves Country by DM McGee, 2024. A is for Aaron, the Hammer and Hank, the real home run king. Take that to the bank. B is for Bobby. Cox never cowered. He'd give Blue quite an earful on his way to the showers. C is for Chipper. Don't call him Larry. He would show up in Shea, the Mets he would bury. D is for David. Justice he'd bring. A Game 6 solo brought Atlanta their ring. E is for Eddie Matthews. 512 bombs away. Lit skies from Boston to Milwaukee to the A. F is for Fred. McGriff dog-biting crime. A fire was lit the day he arrived. G is for Glavine. Southpaw winds and kicks, changing speeds east and west. A gem in Game 6. H is for Harry and his brother George Wright. The father of baseball, Boston pennants in flight. I is for inning, ending double play. Riley to Ozzie to Olsen all day. J is for Jones. Andrew let her fly, and his gloves in center is where singles would die. K is for strikeouts. Aplenty from Strider. The quads in the stash, getting swings from that slider. L is for Lopez. Javi to B-Mac. Travis and Smurf, we've been lucky to see that. M is for Mad Dog. He won 355. Could swat flies with the changeup and still bust you inside. N is for Necro. He got to the hall by bending and knuckling and floating that ball. O is for Otis. Old Nixon could fly. The catch at the wall baffled our eyes. P's still for Peterson. We were all rockin' pearls. With Eddie and Jorge, we were out of this world. Q is a quandary for why Dale is not in. Murphy MVPs again and again. R is for ranking. The top pitchers lore. Remember Kid Nichols, 107 WAR. S is for Smoltzy. The big three in the hall. When the game's on the line, you give John the ball. T is for Tyler. Matzik and the gift of 2021, the entire night shift. U is for Chavez, but we say Uncle Jesse. The frames, the release, kept the batters guessing. V is Van Weeren. Skip Carey 2. Don Ernie Joe, the tales from the booth. W is Warren. Spawn Johnny Sane. They'd ride him in Boston and then pray for rain. X is Mazzoni. Yeah, X marked the spot. Leo rocked next to Bobby, and his pitchers stayed hot. Why it makes us feel young, the game's main appeal. Chopping through the battery, there's no better feel. Z is for Zip Boom Bam, Ramalama Ding Dong. Throughout the summer, we sing that song. From AJ to Eyeglasses and a hell of a pen. Mad Max, Uncle Charlie, win after win. A cannon from short, and RC you later. Acuna Matata, there is no one greater. Though you can't fit them all when you just A to Z. Think of your favorites in the rafters we see. I started with 3, then 10, 25, 47, 31, and of course 29. Let's not forget 21, 41, 35. The Great 44, or 755. And old number 6, who led his great teams. The pennants were flying. It felt like a dream. From Boston to Milwaukee to Atlanta's TBS. A family, a tradition. Braves country's the best. Lineup for Braves Country by DM McGee, 2024. Hey Braves Country, this is Mac Magee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. It's free and it helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Braves Country, I'm Mac Magee. Join us for pitch by pitch, play by play, the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines and react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Join the Country Club today. The first month is free. You'll have access to badges, one-of-a-kind emojis to display your Braves pride throughout the ball game. You'll also get instant access to our video drops, members-only chat, wallpapers, and more is on the way. Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the country club today.
You're in Braves country.
Good evening, Braves Country. Good afternoon, Braves Country. Hell, good morning, Braves Country, depending on where you're at today. Your Atlanta Braves take on the Los Angeles Dodgers, and we're about to get into pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play. Your Atlanta Braves, there's the lineup right there on the screen. Going to lead up there for a couple of minutes, and then we'll change the view, and we're going to get this thing set where it starts in the right position, because it keeps jostling on us. So we're going to change it a little bit on the pregame. So we're going to see if that works out. Atlanta Braves going to try to fight off a sweep at the hands of the LA Dodgers. Good to see you in the chat there, David. I know it's a Sunday afternoon and we're giving this a try. We'll see how many folks jump in here. That's one of the reasons why we don't do a lot of Sunday games. We don't get a lot of folks that watch the games. But Sunday afternoon, late tilt against the Dodgers, and we're going to give it a go. Max Fried Day, so we're excited about that. And hopefully, as we change the view, whoops, I thought my screen was on. As we change the view and we're ready to roll here, Atlanta is going to go into this game trying to fight off that sweep, like we said, and we're now a game and a half behind Philadelphia. They have not played yet. So if you're looking for the outcome of that, they play tonight. They are the late game. And so with that being said, we're going to do this game and then try to watch tonight's game and pull for the Giants. It is I think 7:10 first pitch. And they've got a bit of a challenge. They really haven't had much of a challenge against the Giants, but tonight it's going to be Logan Webb on the mound for the Giants, and they are going to send Taijuan Walker to the hill. He had a pretty good outing, his first outing, but we all know he can be gotten to. So we'll see how that plays out. We need the Giants. We need someone to start beating the Phillies. I mean, we know they're in the middle of the weakest part of their schedule, probably the weakest part of the schedule they'll have all year long, but they're still winning the games in front of them, and the Braves are not winning the games in front of them. And so we are hoping to get something going here and leave LA on a good note. I think we will. I think Max Fried will come ready. And because of the blowout last night and an off day tomorrow, Atlanta is going to have their entire bullpen available to them, or they should at least, as far as the high-end guys. And so if we get that lead, if we can take it to the 7th, the 8th, the 9th, you should see, we won't have Pierce Johnson, obviously. He's on the IL, but you should see Jimenez, you should see Minter, you should see Iglesias, and we'll see how else they try to build it. Hopefully that's all you need. Hopefully Max goes out there and throws 6 to 7 strong, and you only need a couple of innings. That's a tall task to ask against what I think is the most potent offense in baseball. I don't know if they're the best, but they're the most potent offense in baseball because they're so top-heavy in that lineup. Now, that being said, today's lineup, as you can see on your screen, it's a little different for the Dodgers. Braves get a little bit of a break. They do not see Will Smith today. And Kike Hernandez is playing third. It won't be Max Muncy, mainly because Max Muncy had terrible numbers against Max Fried. Most lefties do. They are going to start Ohtani. They are going to start Freeman. And so it's not totally void of left-handed bats. Ohtani has never faced Max Fried. I found that interesting, but then I remembered last year when the Angels came to Atlanta, Max Fried was on the IL. So, and they just started playing every year, so it probably just played out where the few times we've played the Angels, he just didn't go up against them, or hell, he's fought his own injuries over his career. So they're going to have Kike Hernandez at third. They're going to have Miguel Rojas at second. So Lux comes out of the lineup. That's kind of I mean, honestly, I think that's much better for the Dodgers as far as second base is concerned, but it's much weaker at third base, obviously, because Max Muncy's a really good left-handed hitter. They're going to have Chris Taylor out in left field. So you've got a light, if you can get through the first 4 guys of this lineup, Betts, Ohtani, Freeman, Hernandez. After that, you have some light-hitting outfielders and infielders. Honest engine, Alan Pages is probably the best hitter of the bunch in the bottom 5 of the lineup, but he's never faced Max Fried before. So I think this really plays out where, and by the way, bad job by me yesterday. I didn't pick the pick to click, so we are going to do a pick to click now before I forget. Ozuna's due, is he not? And he's hit a couple of balls hard in this series. Ozuna is due, and we're going up against a lefty Paxton. Now here's the problem. Nobody has ever faced James Paxton in this lineup except for Matt Olson one time. Struck out. He's 0 for 1 lifetime. That's it. So I do think we're going to be slow going on the scoring. If you're looking for a play to hit, maybe take the under in the first 5 in this game. I think the Braves will eventually get to Paxton. They're due to hit to get a couple of guys off the schneid. May not be Olsen today against the lefty, but I believe that Ozuna is going to wake up. We want to see Arcia start hitting the ball well again. Be nice to get Harris, but once again, it's going to be difficult against the lefty. And Adam Duvall is in the lineup with the lefty in the rotation. Now, we do know if we get a lead, Kelnick will probably come in and play defense. Not that Duvall is bad. Very good defensive left fielder. But Kelnick has done some special things. Chadwick Tromp is behind the bump tonight as well. Travis d'Arnaud getting the day off. So it's a day game after a night game. It's 1 o'clock local time out there in LA, 1:10 first pitch. And that's what you're getting tonight. Real quick, I wanted to play something for you. They're talking about the fungo bat, the defense for the Braves, and what they work on. I'm going to play this for you. They're talking to Riley, Olsen, and then Arcia's interpreter.
Spring training, we're playing every other day. I may go a week without a ground ball. And then, getting to season, it's like, here we go. And I feel like that's always kind of been the lacking part of like being ready. It's just like, getting those ground balls under your belt and doing live fungos. It's like, especially at third base off the live, like you get those top spinners, you get those in between hops where you got to take a step back, take a step forward. I know for me personally, like the start of this season. I've never felt more comfortable at third base defensively like this early. So I love it.
I just like to get my feet moving. You see a little better than just a normal flip up and fungo when Tui's hitting soft toss, and get some more real game like bounces and difference of ball off the bat. So it's been good for us. We've been running with it and getting the legs moving, especially on day games. It's been good.
Yeah, it just helps us to kind of focus in on doing the small things right. And, once you get the small things right, everything else sort of falls into place.
Okay, so there you have it. That was, once again, Riley, Olson, and then Arcia's interpreter. Basically what they're saying is they're getting daily reps on the fungo bat. And for folks who aren't familiar with that, it's basically talking about ground ball defense. Ground ball defense, keeping them sharp, keeping them ready. And Ron Washington did a lot of this too. So this isn't something brand new, but they were just talking about how Walt Weiss is getting out there and doing it for him now. All right, we got to step away. Lineups, all that stuff, and then we'll do roll call. If you haven't already, say hi and tell us where you're listening from, where you're watching from, and get ready, Braves country. Game 3, Mad Max Day. Let's get it.
Like me, you can't smoke like me. So don't try and be like me. Let's party together.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
Baseball is a beautiful thing. It's more beautiful in an old park. It's asymmetrical and quirky. But even in a dome with artificial turf, it's beautiful. The way the field fans out, the choreography of the sport, the pace and rhythm of it, the fact that pace and rhythm allows for conversation and reflection and opinion and comparison.
In right field, the crowd is tormenting Strawberries, singing Darryl, Darryl. Little roller up along first, behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight in the Mets win.
And there's a fly ball deep to left. It's on its way. There it goes. And the Yankees are going to the World Series. Aaron Boone.
Ground ball stabbed by Folk. He has it. He underhands to first for the first time in 86 years. The Red Sox have won baseball world championship. Can you believe it?
It's a pastime, something you do. It's entertainment, something you watch. And it's a shared experience, something you talk about and read about. But you can apply those same 3 criteria to other things. What makes baseball special is that it's the best game that's ever been devised.
Smith corks one into right, down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy.
Sure as God made green apples, someday the Chicago Cubs are going to be in the World Series.
A little bouncer slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it in front of Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series. Cubs win. What a lucky break. The good Lord wants the Cubs to win.
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
If baseball is about caring, about loyalty and rivalry.
Braves fans are on their feet hoping for some kind of leader or a seeing-eye single. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball hit high and deep down the right field line. It's going back, back, back. Is it fair? Is it zip? Boom, bam, it's gone. Ram-a-lam-a ding dong, a 3-run shot, and your Atlanta Braves have taken a 1-1 lead. She's gone, baby.
There's a very peaceful thing. It was created and played in pastures and meadows. There's grass, there's outdoors, there's everything that people thought was American and feel about America. You get in a ballpark, and it's the wonder of walking through that dark tunnel and seeing a huge open space where men play the little boy's game.
I believe in the Church of Baseball. I've tried all the major religions and most of the minor ones. I know things. For instance, there are 108 beads in a Catholic rosary and there are 108 stitches in a baseball. I prefer metaphysics to theology. You see, there's no guilt in baseball, and it's never boring. It's a long season, and you gotta trust it. I've tried them all, I really have, and the only church that truly feeds the soul day in, day out is the Church of Baseball.
Swung line drive left field. 1 run is in. Here comes Green. Here's the throw to the plate. He is safe.
You're in Braves country.
If there's a bigger thing going on right now, I don't know what it is. We're down to one strike here. Gurriel, the last hope for the Houston Astros. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, bounced over to Dansby. Dansby fires it over to Fuss. And here comes the dog pile. Fire the cannons in the battery. Do the chop all throughout Braves country. Pop that top. Your Atlanta Braves have won it all.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Play ball.
On a beer? 7 o'clock in the morning. Scotch?
Hey, howdy, hi, and how the hell are you? Pull up an armchair, girls and boys, and join us for Braves Country Baseball. You're listening live, and the scene is Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles, California, where we're set to bring you pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves. Hi, I'm Mac Magee. Here are your starting lineups for today's action. Leading off and playing right field for your Atlanta Braves, it's Ronald Acuna Jr. Acuna comes in with 2 home runs, 8 RBI, 14 stolen bases, batting .274. Ozzie Albies batting second, playing second. 2 home runs, 18 RBI, 2 stolen bases, a .309 average. Austin Riley batting third, playing third. He has 3 home runs, 18 RBI, a .242 clip. Matt Olson is batting cleanup for your Atlanta Braves. He has 3 home runs, 16 RBI, and batting below the Mendoza at 195. Marcell Ozuna, your designated hitter, has 9 home runs, 32 RBI, a .299 average. Orlando Arcia, playing short and batting sixth with a .270 average, 2 home runs, 11 RBI. Michael Harris II, batting .278, 3 home runs, 13 RBI, 5 stolen bases. And Adam Duvall is your left fielder with 2 home runs, 80 RBI, a .213 average. Chadwick Tromp is behind home plate with 6 RBI and a .233 clip. On the mound for your Atlanta Braves, it's Thunderdome. Mad Max comes in 2-0 with a 4.02 ERA, 1.18 whip, 31 and a third innings pitched, 26 hits allowed, 25 strikeouts versus 11 walks and 2 home runs. He'll be going head-to-head with the southpaw James Paxton. The veteran is 3-0 with a 3.51 ERA, a 1.68 whip, 25 2/3 pitched, 21 hits allowed, 15 strikeouts versus 22 walks. He's given up 2 home runs. Backing up Paxton in the bottom of the first inning, playing short and leading off, it's Mookie Betts. Betts is batting .360 with 6 homers, 27 RBI, 8 stolen bases. Batting second, the designated hitter, Shohei Ohtani. 8 home runs, 22 RBI, 7 stolen bases, batting .345. Freddie Freeman batting third, playing first. 2 home runs, 20 RBI, 1 stolen base, batting .300. Teoscar Hernandez is the cleanup hitter and playing right field with 7 home runs, 23 RBI, 3 stolen bases, batting .252. Batting fifth and playing third, it's Kike Hernandez. 1 home run, 6 RBI, batting .229. Alan Pages is in center field with 4 home runs, 12 RBI, a .338 average. Miguel Rojas will be at second base with 2 home runs, 6 RBI, 2 stolen bases, batting .275. Chris Taylor is in left field with an .078 average. He has 5 RBI and 1 stolen base. And Barnes is behind home plate with 2 RBI and a .240 average. Calling balls and strikes for Game 3 of Braves versus Dodgers, it's Corey Blazer. First base umpire, Manny Gonzalez. Second base will be manned by Nestor Seja, and down the third base line, it's Todd Titchener. Game time temperatures are expected to be in the high 60s, creeping into the low 70s by the end of the game. Braves come in 20-11 on the year, 9-7 on the road. Dodgers 22-13, 11-8 at home. Atlanta is minus 145 on the money line. The over-under is 8.5. Well, it's about that time. Grab you a cold one. Find you an armchair. It's Braves Dodgers, Game 3 of a 3-game set. Braves will try to salvage one here on the West Coast and head back home to face the Red Sox on Tuesday night. Country Club warm up those tomahawks. Get your game face on, Braves Country. Join the Country Club today. The first month is free. You'll have access to badges, one-of-a-kind emojis to display your Braves pride throughout the ball game. You'll also get instant access to our video drops, members-only chat, wallpapers, and more is on the way. Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the Country Club today.
Get this bus moving. Stop. Come back. Too late.
Roll call! Yeah, roll call!
You're in Braves country.
Good evening, Braves Country. Time for a little roll call here. Or good afternoon, I should say. Times are all messed up on this West Coast trip. Good afternoon, David. Good afternoon, Robert, Country Club members. And Nathaniel, Country Club members. Good afternoon to you. Also, good afternoon to John, Charlie, Cam. I feel like I missed somebody. Sam Adams, Travis. Anybody else here in the chat, jump on in. Raymond. Anybody else in the chat, jump on in. Let us know where you're listening from, as we are just about set for pitch by pitch of your Atlanta Braves. Atlanta Braves are wearing their classic road grays as Ronald Acuna Jr. is stepping to the plate. Game 3 of a 3-game set. And Mad Max versus James Paxton. So it's 2 southpaws that are going to be going head to head. More on the uniforms here in a second. Yes, sir. It is baseball time in Braves country. First pitch on the way from Paxton. is swung on and fouled back out of play. It's 0-1. If you listen to the pregame show, you know nobody has any real experience against James Paxton. The 0-1, four-seam, high, about letter high, called for a strike. It's 0-2. Olson is 0 for 1 lifetime. That's it. That's in the lineup. The 0-2 pitch. Check swing foul, just enough to stay alive there. There's a changeup on the outer edge. We'll do it again. So an 0-2 count to Cunha. Batting .333 in his last 6 games with 3 stolen bases. The 0-2 pitch, swing, and fouls it straight back, 93 miles an hour. Braves wearing their classic road grays, Atlanta across the chest, tomahawk underneath, all in red outlined in navy, red stripes down the gray pants. The 0-2, just below the knees. A lot of times that's called for a strike. Acuna may have gotten away with one right there. It's 1-2. So a 1-2 from Paxton. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Chase that changeup in the dirt. 1 away. Dodgers in their classic home uniforms with Dodgers across the chest in Dodger blue. Red numbers right below. Blue ball cap with the white LA. Braves will be wearing caps and batting helmets of navy with the white A. First pitch on the way to Ozzie Albies is a 4-seam fastball outside the zone. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Kicks and fires, swing, and fouls it straight back. It's 1-1. For you basketball fans, well, your day is over. They had the one. Can you believe that they're in the middle of the NBA playoffs and they played 1 game today? Cleveland beat the Orlando Magic in Game 7 to move on. The 1-1. Check swing. Looked like he went around. He did. Ball in the dirt, nowhere near the zone. Had Ozzie fooled on that one. 1-2. So a 1-2 count to Ozzie. 309 batting average, 2 home runs, 18 RBI, an 832 OPS. The pitch from Paxton. He winds and delivers. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Chase that knuckle curve in the dirt. 2 away. So 2 up, 2 down, both getting struck out. Once again, this is the first time they've seen James Paxton, and I kind of figured he's going to have quite a bit of success his first time through the lineup. It'll be the adjustments that the Braves hitters make after that. Wily veteran. First pitch on the way to Austin Riley's a fastball, and he hammers it, but foul over the first base dugout at 0-1. Paxton, 35 years old. .67 career wins. The 0-1 pitch, swung on, pops it up. High in the sky, bending towards right field, foul territory, well out of play, deep into the stands. Beautiful day here in Los Angeles. Doesn't appear to be many clouds in the sky as the shadows looming over the ball caps of the players. The 0-2 pitch in the dirt, trying to get him to chase that change again. 1-2. Paxton really made his name out in Seattle as a Mariner until 2018. For about 6 years out there. The 1-2 pitch, swung on, fouled straight back. Do it again, 1-2. He then set sail for the East Coast, played for the Yankees in 2019 and 2020, came back to Seattle in 2021. The 1-2, swing, and fouled straight back. Do it again at 1-2. He had Tommy John and missed all of 2022. Came back and pitched pretty well for the Boston Red Sox, and now here he is with the Dodgers at age 35. The 1-2 from Paxton. Kicks and fires. Changeup down and away. The 1-2. Paxton turns and delivers. Up top. Misses. Riley's heading down to first. And that'll be a walk. I'm a little confused by what they had up on the screen. So one of those strikes. Never mind. Riley's coming back. So Riley was the one that was confused. Okay. I thought I'd misjudged one of those strike calls. But instead it's a full count. So Riley will have used his timeout because of that. He had taken off all his gear, was heading down to first. The payoff pitch, swing, and fouls it straight back. We'll do it again. 3-2. Braves nothing, Dodgers nothing. Top of the first, the payoff pitch, high and out of the zone. Ball 4, and that will be ball 4. And Riley will head down to first, and now we can play the chop. That's why I held off on the chop. I was looking at it, and I didn't think that was ball 4, but I thought maybe I missed one of the calls. And there were some fouls, so sometimes you can get lost in the lines. That'll bring Matt Olson to the plate. Matt Olson in a mighty slump. The first pitch on the way, swung on, belted high and deep, going back on the track, dying into the glove of the right fielder Hernandez just before pay dirt, and that'll end the inning. Braves get one on, and Olson gives it a big fly, but just can't get it over the wall.
All right, everybody, we gathered y'all here today to let everybody know that I got COVID! COVID!
Armchair.
Dad,
What?
do you think you're a good person?
Yeah, I'm wonderful. Just ask me. I'll tell you.
Oh, Dad, I want one of your lines. Seriously answer.
I don't know. I try to be.
What does that mean? You try? I asked if you
That means
are or
I
aren't.
treat people the way I want to be treated, and my handshake still means something. Just for the record, there's a lot of good in you, too. You have the ability to be even better than me.
You think?
Yeah, and I'll give you a nickel's worth of free advice. At some point in your life, you're going to get to choose what sort of a man you want to be, and once you pick, you walk in that direction with deliberate steps. And don't look back. Don't let people change you once you've made the decision.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. Ortiz into deep right field.
Touch them all, Joe. You'll never hit a bigger home run in your life.
Little roller up along first. Behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win it.
A lot of room in right center. If he hits one there, we can dance in the streets. The 2-1. Swung line drive left field. One run is in. Here comes Brave. Here's the throw to the plate. He is safe. Braves win. Braves win. Braves win. Braves win.
High fly ball into right field. She is gone.
At its heart lie mythic contradictions. A pastoral game born in crowded cities. An exhilarating democratic sport that tolerates cheating and has excluded as many as it has included. A profoundly conservative game that often manages to be years ahead of its time.
You're listening to Braves Country Radio. Please like and subscribe today. YouTube.com/@BravesCountry. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. First pitch on the way from Max Fried. It's a 94-mile-an-hour fastball. Just misses high, 1-0. Max Fried facing Mookie Betts, the 0-1. Fastball inside, misses 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Betts still batting .360, though he's been relatively quiet in this series. The 1-1. 95-mile-an-hour fastball misses inside, 2-1. You'll notice Corey Blazer calls a pretty tight strike zone. The 2-1 pitch. Fried does not get the outer edge again. Ball 3, 3-1. So a 3-1 count. Fried's just missing the corners and areas where a lot of umpires would give a strike or two there. The 3-1 to Betts. Outside wide ball forward. 95-mile-an-hour fastball. That one was well off the plate. And he'll head on down to first base. 1 on, nobody out. And And Shohei Ohtani coming to the plate with a .345 batting average. First pitch on the way to Ohtani is lefty-lefty matchup, outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. The left-hander rocks and fires. He's going to flip it over to first real quick. Keep Mookie close by. So a 1-0 count. Max lifts his leg and lets her go. Fastball right there on the outer edge. That's the spot. 1-1. Standing on deck, Freddie Freeman. In the hole is Teoscar Hernandez. The 1-1. Mookie inching towards second. The pitch. Down below the knees. 1-2. It appears he's home plate umpire Corey Blazer's favoring that lower strike as opposed to the wide or the high. That's what we saw. We saw him a couple of weeks ago, and that was pretty much what he did that day. Went back and looked at my notes. Betts leaning like he might be going. The 1-2 from Max. Swing, and that ball's chopped foul over towards the first base dugout of the Atlanta Braves. 1-2. Dodgers use third base as their home side. Lefty, lefty. Fried comes set. Kicks and fires. Swung on and popped up high and deep. Will hold it. It will not. It's a 2-run shot over the 395 mark. The deepest part of the park, a hanging curveball. Ohtani's 9th home run of the season, and the Dodgers lead it 2-0. Holy cow, did he give that thing a ride. The moment Max Fried let it go, he hung his head. The wind is blowing out quite a bit out there in center field, but I don't think that would have mattered today. 412 feet they're calling it. I think that was a little further than that, but we'll call it 412. First pitch on the way to Freddie Freeman is down and in for a ball. It's 0-1. Oh, sorry. Fouled off for a strike. 0-1. Got tongue-tied there for a second. The 0-1. Rocks and fires. The slider misses off the edge. 1-1. So a 1-1 count to Freddie Freeman. That's what you hate about giving up those hits, walks at the top of the lineup to this Dodger team. They could really make you pay. The 1-1 swung on, chopped foul down the line. 1-2. Much like the Braves when they're hitting well, very potent lineup. And the Dodgers are very top-heavy, especially today with a few of the guys getting the day off. The 1-2 to Freeman. Curveball hits him in the back, and he'll gladly take the base. Head on down to first, hit batsman. And Max Fried is yet to record an out, trailing 2-0. That curveball, it did not curve. They were set up on the outside, and it came in and hit Freeman top of the arm if you're listening on radio. So 1 on, nobody out once again. The first pitch to Hernandez is right there for a strike, 4-seam fastball. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Swung on and chopped foul down the third base line, 0-2. You got an 0-2 count. Lefty, righty, Trump sets up inside the pitch. Swung on, grounded over to short. Arceus got it, flips it to Ozzie. Ozzie has to scoop it out of the dirt, tosses it over to first, And it's a 6-4 attempt at a double play, but Hernandez will beat the throw. Arcia knew that his only chance was going to be able to flip it to Ozzie without transferring it to his hand. So he still got it there pretty quickly, but there was just no way to get Hernandez. That was a slow developing double play. Good attempt by the combo. That'll bring Kike Hernandez to the plate. Kike takes a high fastball, almost goes to the backstop. It's 1-0. These same Dodgers come to Truist Park in the middle of September, and hopefully we're playing much better baseball at that point when we see them. It'll be September 13th, 14th, and 15th. The 1-0 misses inside 2-0. Other than that, the Braves have a pretty favorable September to end the season. The 2-0. Lefty, righty, kicks and fires, swung on, chopped over to Riley. Riley's got it. It's going to be a 5-4-3 inning-ending double play. So Max gives up the home run but rebounds and gets out of the jam. Ozuna, Arcia, and Harris coming to the plate in the top of the second.
Cheeseburger, 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 cheeseburger.
Ship my pants. Right here? Ship my pants, you're kidding. You can ship your pants right here. You hear that? I can ship my pants for free.
Wow, I just may ship my pants.
Yeah, ship your pants. Billy, you can ship your pants too.
I can't wait to ship my pants, Dad.
I just shipped my pants, and it's very convenient.
Very convenient.
I just shipped my drawers.
I just shipped my nightie.
I just shipped my bed. If you can't find what you're looking for in store, we'll find it right now and ship it to you for free.
Armchair.
Hey, Braves Country, this is Mac Magee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. It's free, and it helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
Yes, can I get an iced coffee, please? And hang on 1 second. Do you want to take...
Oh, no, I'm broke. I ain't got no money. I'm good.
Are you sure? 'Cause I'll get you anything.
Well, I guess if you're paying, you can just go ahead and just surprise me.
Yes, can I get the iced coffee and a job application for my deadbeat friend?
It is an American odyssey that links sons and daughters to fathers and grandfathers. And it reflects a host of age-old American tensions between workers and owners, scandal and reform, the individual and the collective.
Pull up a chair. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. We'll hit the out-of-town scoreboard here in a second. First pitch on the way to Marcell Ozuna. It's a 92-mile-an-hour fastball on the outer edge. It's 0-1. Ozuna batting .299, 9 home runs, 32 RBI, 960 OPS. They've got the shift on in the infield, straight away in the out. The 0-1 misses high, 1-1. Mets lead the Rays 5-4 in the top of the 9th in Tampa. The 1-1 in the dirt. Ball gets away, no one on, so Ozuna will help out the ball boy and toss it to him. So a 2-1 count. Blue Jays lead the Nats 6-4. That game's early on in the 4th. They had a rain delay. The 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Four-seamer on the outer edge. 2-2. Marlins lead the A's 4-0 in the first. The 2-2. Swung on, chopped over towards third. Deep in the hole. Got a long way to go, but Ozuna does not run well, and they'll get him by about a step. One away, 5-3 put out. It's a long throw, a one-hopper. Other than one of our catchers, probably everybody else is safe on that one. They call him the Big Bear. I call him the Big Zoo. He looked like the Big Pooh, like Winnie the Pooh running right there. The first pitch on the way to Orlando Arcia is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1 swung on, chop foul at the knuckle curve down below the knees, 0-2. Yankees lead the Tigers in a rain delay, 5-2 in the 8th. Red Sox 7-1 over the Twins, trying to break the Twins' 12-game winning streak. The 0-2. Down and in, 1-2. Astros 4-3 over the Mariners. Mariners led that game early. That game's in the 8th. The 1-2. High and out of the zone, 2-2. KC 2-0 over the Rangers in the 4th. White Sox 5-1 over the Cardinals. Man, the Cardinals are absolutely spinning right now. The 2-2 pitch, swung on, chopped over to third. Kike's got it, fires it over to first, and they'll get Arcia by about a step, 2 away. 5-3 in your scorebook. Cubs lead the Brewers 5-0. They are in the bottom of the 8th in Chicago. Orioles 3-0 over the Reds in the 2nd. They got going just before we did. Diamondbacks 2-0 over the Padres in the 1st. First pitch on the way to Harris is swung on, slapped over to short. It's going to be another easy out. Harris is giving these at-bats away all road trip long. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
You play to win the game.
Brad, you might know the answer, but where's Dobbs' eyebrows? I have to know. The kid looks like an alien.
I actually found out where Dobbs' eyebrows went to. He mailed them to Anthony Davis of the Pelicans.
When we start eating, just go around the table and say what we're thankful for.
I'm thankful that in 4 minutes the Cowboys game is going to be on, and everyone is going to shut up.
Okay, it kind of needs to be about family.
I'm thankful that in 4 minutes the Cowboys game is going to be on, and my family is going to shut up.
We're never gonna make it into the World Series ever again.
We're never gonna make it now. That's not fair.
I hate the damn Dodgers. Freddie Pippen can burn in hell. Same with Mookie Betts and Clayton Kershaw.
Armchair.
By 1800, town ball and its many variations were played nearly everywhere. On their way back from the Pacific Ocean, Lewis and Clark played a game of base with the Nez Perce Indians as they prepared to cross the Bitterroot Mountains. In the 1830s, on the western frontier of Missouri, ball was the favorite sport of Joseph Smith, the founder of a new religious sect called the Mormon. But back east in Cooperstown, New York, city fathers passed an ordinance restricting play after merchants complained about too many broken windows. Meanwhile, in New York City, they were starting to play a brand new version of the game.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Max Fried will go back to work. He flipped that curveball up there nowhere near the zone. 1-0. Alan Page is the batter, batting .338. Off to a really good start, this youngster. The 1-0. Right there for a strike, four-seam fastball. 1-1. Page is 23 years old from Havana, Cuba. The 1-1. Right there at the knees for a strike. 1-2. So a 1-2 count. Trump sets up outside the pitch. Try to get him to chase that changeup. Misses. 2-2. So a 2-2 count. Caught looking, strike three. Pages didn't like it. It's a good frame by Trump. He caught it on the edge and then just kind of slid his glove in at one motion. one down. That'll bring up Rojas. First pitch swing and check swing, almost like an excuse me swing. It's going to be a 4-3 putout. Ozzie Albies on the play, one away. So one down. Two down. First pitch. Right there for a strike. Taylor batting .078. Chris Taylor takes the first strike. It's 0-1. He's in left today. He'll play all over the infield and outfield, the 0-1 pitch. Down and away, 1-1. Remember, he was game 5 hero for the Dodgers in 2021 NLCS when he hit 3 home runs. Braves would finish off the Dodgers the next game in game 6, but the 1-1 right outside wide there for a strike, called for a wide strike. It's 1-2. So a 1-2 count. They set up inside, lefty, righty, curveball, swing, and a miss, strike 3. And Max Fried, I think he was in a groove there. He was ready to pitch another couple of outs. We'll head to break. Braves will grab the bats, heading to the top of the 3rd.
No, I mean, I read the HR memo. It said WFH optional between Thanksgiving and Christmas, so work-free holiday. I was just going to table it for...
No, Brian. WFH optional is work from home optional between Thanksgiving and Christmas, not work-free holiday. Who told you that? It's just crazy.
I mean, Kate did last week.
Hey, is this true?
And we lost Kate.
Okay, Matt, I think I'm going to need to get Bob involved on this one now.
Armchair.
I wanted to see where that was going. The steroids, if we would have left it alone,
Yeah.
dude, we would have had guys the size of McGuire playing second base by now. You know, it would have been awesome. And because they were so roided up, there would have been no defense anyway, so you wouldn't have to worry about these shifts. You know, they'd barely be able to move. It would have been awesome. They should have just left the game alone. But no, we got to worry about everybody's kidney failure and, you know, all that kind of stuff. I feel like that's none of my business.
Here's the first pitch, hit high and deep into center field. It's going back. Zip, boom, bam, it's gone. Rama-lama, ding dong. The Braves lead it 5-4. He takes Josh Hader deep. The Atlanta Braves lead it 5-4. The crowd is going bananas.
There's two types of people in this world. There's winners and there's losers. And just so that we're clear, every time we step on this field, our goal is to be a winner. And if your dad has said, oh, it doesn't matter whether you win or lose, just as long as you have fun, your dad's a loser.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Paxton will go back to work. First pitch on the way to Adam Duvall is down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0 from Paxton. Swung on, popped back, foul out of play. 93 four-seam just off the plate. 1-1. Lefty-righty matchup. The southpaw delivers. Swing, and that ball's lifted into center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. And your Atlanta Braves got something cooking here. First base hit for the Braves. Second base runner. Adam Duvall gets things going with Chadwick Trump on deck. And the top of the order in the hole. First pitch to Trump is swung on, chopped over towards Mookie. It's going to be a 6-4-3 double play. And just like that, Chadwick Trump knocks us out of a rally. Swings at the first pitch he sees. He got suckered into that one because that was a off-speed just below his hands. And that's what that's what most teams try to do to a slow-footed catcher. So, just like that, it's over, and we head back to the top of the lineup with nobody on. Ronald Acuna Jr. will step to the plate. Acuna takes the first pitch, knuckle curve, right there, first strike, it's 0-1. You'd have liked to seen Chadwick at least eat a couple of pitches there. He's never faced the guy before. The 0-1 pitch, swatted foul and out of play, it's 0-2. The 0-2 from Paxton. He turns, rocks, fires, down below the knees. Good take by Acuna, 1-2. The 1-2. Swing, and that ball's rifled to the right side, right at Freddie Freeman. An atom ball is a worm burner, but right into his glove, and that'll end the inning. 3 up, 3 down. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
Oh, yeah? Well, me and the Lord, we got an understanding. We're on a mission from God.
I'm listening to a game. It's New Mexico State playing Indiana State. New Mexico State is right up the streets from El Paso, and I went to UTEP. And we're big rivalries, so I'm hoping that Indiana State will beat New Mexico State. And I'm listening to the radio, and I have no clue of the players on either team. All of a sudden, this name keeps coming. Bird. He goes to the right. Bird. He makes the shot. Bird. I said, damn, who is Bird? Bird. You know, here's Bird, and Bird this, and Bird. Oh, did you see the pass that Bird made? I can't see it, but I'm just trying to imagine it. When the time I got to the end, I said, damn, that brother can play. Hey, let me tell you something. When I got the newspaper the next morning and saw Larry's picture, I said, damn.
Armchair.
Bad food and overpriced drink had been sold at ballparks since the 1850s, but it took one very ambitious British-born caterer to turn concessions into an empire. Harry M. Stevens had begun his career hawking scorecards in the 1880s, all the while regaling the crowds with quotes from Byron and Shakespeare. By 1901, he was peddling hard-boiled eggs, ham sandwiches, ice cream and slices of pie in stadiums from New York to Ohio. Then, one cold afternoon, when ice cream sales slowed at the Polo Grounds, he sent out for German sausages, which he put in long buns so fans could hold and eat them. He had made his greatest contribution to the game, introducing hot dogs to the ballpark.
You're listening to Braves Country Radio. Please like and subscribe today. YouTube.com/@BravesCountry. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. First pitch on the way for Max Fried is right there for a strike on the outer edge. It's 0-1. The 0-1, lefty-righty pitch, swung on, hit hard on the ground, but right at Riley. He's got it, fires it over to first, and it's a 5-3 putout, one away. You got to figure the second time, third time through the order, the Braves see Paxton, they'll get better swings. But you'd like to see them eat just a few pitches when they haven't seen a pitcher before. It's one thing that Seitzer's never really focused on is running that pitch count up. First pitch on the way to Mookie Betts is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Mookie walked his first time up. Came around on the Shohei Ohtani home run, if you're just joining us. The 0-1. Swung on, chopped over to first. Just foul. Love for that if stay fair. That was going to be an easy ground out into the glove of Olsen. Instead, 0-2, and he's got life again. So an 0-2 count. Free comes set. Kicks and fires in the dirt. Sinker. Tried to get him to chase. 1-2. Max Fried, he sits at 35 pitches. So even though he's given up the 2 runs and really struggled in that first inning, he's good on that front right now. The 1-2 from Max. Swung on, hit hard on the ground, but right at Arcia. The vacuum's got it, flips it over to first. 6-3 on the play, 2 down. Does appear to be a little cloud coverage coming over. That'll bring Ohtani to the plate. Ohtani, his first time ever seeing Max free, got a hanging curveball. Might as well have been on a tee. First pitch on the way is a curveball down and away. It's 1-0. Man, they're having a shootout in the Blue Jays Washington game. It's 8-7 in the fifth. The 1-0. Down and away, 2-0. 4-4 your score in Houston, Mariners and Astros. They're late in that game, I believe the 8th. So a 2-0 to Ohtani. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. 96 right down the pipe. 2-1. The 2-1. Freed lifts the glove and lets her go. Swung on and rifled foul over towards the third base side. Do it again. Ohtani hit a 2-run home run his first time up, his 9th of the year. That ties him with Ozuna. 24 RBI at 1072 OPS. The 2-2. Swung on, hit hard on the ground against the shift, and he'll slap it past the diving glove of Austin Riley. So Ohtani with the second hit of the day. That's one where if you're playing the defense, honestly, it's going to be an easy ground ball, but they're playing the left-hander to pull. And I get that of it, but if that's the case, then maybe you don't throw the hard stuff to the edge. So Freddie Freeman comes to the plate. Freeman, first pitch, swinging, hits it on the ground to Ozzie. The Wiz has it, flips it over to Olsen. That'll end the inning. 1 on, but nobody got across. We'll head to the top of the 4th, heart of the order.
I need a 4-letter word for disappointment.
Eric. My wife said to me, what starts with F and ends with K? I said, no, it doesn't.
Hello?
Hi, is Mark there?
Yeah?
It's me, Shannon. We met at Jack's party.
Yeah! How can I forget? Wow, how you doing? I haven't heard from you in,
9 months.
Armchair.
Can we get back to the version of TikTok where everybody thought they were a professional dancer or comedian or singer and not everybody trying to be a wannabe QVC host? I can't watch 800 more women rub a red light on their face and think that it's going to stop them from aging. You are 22, Jessica. You don't have wrinkles.
What do you know? You're on my porch. What's up? I'm confused right now. It's 1 in the morning. I'm confused. You were not expecting me. No. Why would I be expecting you? I just figured you would think I would miss you by now when I'd be here. You saw me yesterday. Sorry, dude. I just want to hang out with my friend, and you always make me feel bad about it. Why do you make me feel bad about wanting to hang out with my friend? You just have all this time because you don't have a job. I'm sorry that I don't have to work for money, and you do. But just because I miss you, I should not be punished. You're drunk. Maybe 1 glass. Well, it's Wednesday. You know how it goes on Wednesdays, man. I'm sorry.
It's all mixed up with peanuts, tobacco juice, and a hearty feeling among the fans, joshing each other. Always this raucous, good spirit. Everybody came to have a good time. That's the way I remember it. The whole stand's full of people all roaring. And I guess it's true of any sport, but in baseball, never known an instance where so instantly a whole crowd could be brought to its feet, roaring with delight over just a clean crack of a bat against the ball. It's a great sport that way.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Ozzie Albies swings at the very first pitch he sees, and it's a lazy fly ball into right field. Running in, making the catches, Teoscar Hernandez. 1 away. One thing for sure, the Marlins are going to be in fourth. They face the Dodgers next. And the Dodger bullpen is going to be well rested. We're not making anybody throw any pitches. Austin Riley takes the first one high and out of the zone, called for a high strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Swung on, pops it up. That'll be 3 pitches, 2 outs now. They come in to make the catch. Almost run into each other. Second baseman Rojas and the right fielder Hernandez. Little miscommunication problem. But Hernandez is kind of giving him the what for, basically telling him, if I call you off, get out of the way because I don't want to hit each other. He realized Hernandez didn't hear him or wasn't paying attention one way or the other and pulled up at the last second. First pitch on the way to Matt Olson. It's right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Olson flew out in the first deep fly ball. The 0-1 down and away. 1-1. So the question about the calls, they have team meetings. Is the 1-1 pitch. High and inside, 93 miles an hour, 2-1. The short of it is they'll have meetings before a series. Then they'll have meetings the day of the game to go over the specific pitchers. The 2-1, swatted back foul, 2-2. And how they want to call a game depending on who's on the mound. And the defense is being called from the dugout, but they go over that as well. So it's already known what they're going to do. The 2-2, down and away, 3-2. There are times where you'll see specific calls come from the dugout. But routinely, it's the catcher and the pitcher. The 3-2 pitch, swung on, hit high, deep down the left field line. If it's fair, it's trouble. It is just foul. Matt Olson cannot buy a break. That ball didn't even really look like that it was going very far. And it just kept going and going and going, but it bent foul just before the left field pole. 3-2 pitch, swung on, just got a piece of that to stay alive. Ricocheted off the bat of Olson. I think it got a piece of him. I think he got it off his foot. Looking at the replay. Yeah, that's hit his right foot. I think the top of the foot. The way he packs it, yeah, oof. That's right where the bone is on that foot. That could be sore for a while. The 3-2 pitch on the way. Swung on, pops it up. It's going to be a lazy fly ball into left field, and that'll end the inning. We'll head to the bottom of the fourth. It's 2-0. Middle of the order due up for L.A.
Can you keep a secret?
Of course I can.
I lost all our money today betting on sports.
Damn.
I know. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Can I tell you a secret?
Sure, yeah.
I lied. I can't keep secrets.
Wait, what?
So apparently me putting an Alka-Seltzer in my mouth and walking into Walmart saying, "The virus is mutated," is not funny.
Braves Country Radio, covering America's pastime from spring training all the way to the Fall Classic.
Myers bringing it, and the pitch is hit in the air, foul, off first, Benzinger backing and calling, and the 1990 World Championship belongs to the Cincinnati Reds.
Bell, left field, way back, Blue Jays win it! The Blue Jays are World Series champions as Joe Carter hits the 3-run home run in the 9th inning. Touch 'em all, Joe. You'll never hit a bigger home run in your life.
I think one of the worst feelings is when you're at work.
Armchair.
Well, let's have a look at the replay. William, move your head. Look at the size of that boy's head. Shh. I'm not kidding. It's like an orange on a toothpick.
You're gonna give the boy a complex.
Well, that's a huge noggin. It's a virtual planetoid. Has its own weather system. Heed, move! Move that melon of yours and get the paper if you can. He'll be crying himself to sleep tonight on his huge pillow.
Ben Johnson never missed an opportunity to make a speech. It was always the same speech, all about how he single-handed and alone, had made baseball a gentleman's sport, and it must be kept forever clean because sportsmanship spoke from the heart of America, and he would lay down his life to save our beloved nation, at which he would begin to cry.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Hope y'all are enjoying your Sunday afternoon. Braves trail 2-0. We'll enjoy it a lot more if we get some runs and hold them a little bit. Max Fried will go back to work here in the bottom of the fourth. He's at 42 pitches, so you like that on that front so far. The first pitch on the way is an 89-mile-an-hour fastball. Out and away, it's 1-0. The 1-0. Lefty-righty, Tesco Hernandez leads us off. He's 0 for 1. The 1-0 pitch from Max. Swing and a miss over the top. Change up on the outer edge. It's 1-2. Braves have an off day tomorrow, mercifully, and they go home. We talked about this early in the week. It's such a strange schedule as the 1-1 pitch swung on, pop back foul, 1-2. We go back home for 2 games. Face the Red Sox Tuesday and Wednesday night, and then it's back out on the road to face the Mets for 3, and then back to Atlanta for 3 against the Cubs. It's a really odd schedule this year. The 1-2 pitch. Max lets her go. Slider misses high, 2-2. The 2-2. Fried looks into Trump, who set up inside, let the curveball swing and a miss, strike 3. That thing fell off the table. Almost a 12-6, maybe a 1-7. Either way, swing and a miss. 1 away. That was one of the better ones he had. Hernandez kept trying to hold back on it. He was still out in front. 1 down. Kike Hernandez comes to the plate. Hernandez, if you're writing down in the scorecard, same spelling, no relation. First pitch. Misses outside for a ball, 1-0. The 1-0. Rocks and fires. 72-mile-an-hour curveball, 2-0. So a 2-0 count. Fried comes set. The pitch. Right there on the edge for a strike. The 2-1. Swung on, popped up high down the right field line. Evens up the count, 2-2. Braves 0, Dodgers 2. Fried comes set, lifts the glove, fires it inside, 96 miles an hour, up around the dome. Full count. So a full count. Fried comes set, lets her go, swing, and that ball's hit hard on the ground. Backhanded by Riley, spins, turns, flips it over to first, and a perfect throw, 5-3, 2 down. Nice pitch. Better defensive play. Got it right in under his hands. Riley did a great job of backhanding that and spinning it. Fried acknowledged him with the head shake and the point. First pitch on the way to Andy Pages is right there for a strike. Curveball. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Just misses outside. Tried to get him to chase that changeup off the edge. 1-1. So a 1-1 from Fried. 55 pitches into the afternoon. Comes set. Lets her go. Swung on and swatted back foul. Changeup. Probably got just a little bit too much of the plate. Page has almost made him pay. The 0-2. Lets her go. Swung on and chopped foul down the third base line. We'll do it again. Bottom half of the order due up for the Braves in the top of the fifth. So a 1-2 count. That's a pretty interesting stat. Andy Page's 71 appearances without a walk to start his career. Make it 72. Max Fried threw an Uncle Charlie down below the ankles. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. That'll end the inning. 3 up, 3 down. Ozuna leads us off when we come back.
Damn, I thought you wasn't going to never come from the bag. I've been up for about 30 minutes.
Sir, but you did show up an hour late, sir.
Right.
So,
come in here handling me because you mad about some fear. I ain't with none of that. I'm going to let them know out the ripper.
Now Don Mattingly, an emerging star. Mattingly last year was called up by the Yankees from Columbus the day Bobby Mercer retired. He'd been with him prior to that, but had been sent out. And he's not only won a spot on the roster, he's in the lineup, he's hitting third, and he's leading the league at 338. Randolph at first base. That's drilled to the gap in right center field, and it is off the fence. Randolph was running all the way, so he is being waved in. Whitaker's throwing to Parrish is not in time on a double by Mattingly.
Did the little piggy cry wee, wee, wee all the way home?
Wait, wait, wait! Wait!
Max.
Wait, wait, wait!
Maxwell.
Yeah?
You're home.
Oh, cool. Thanks, Mrs. A.
In 1856, a British-born music teacher and enthusiastic cricketer named Henry Chadwick saw the Knickerbockers play the New York Gothams and became an instant convert to baseball. Chadwick developed the box score, wrote and edited the most popular players' manual, and launched one of the first baseball columns, covering the Knickerbockers and their challengers, the Gothams, Eagles, Empires, Excelsiors, and Atlantics, in the pages of the New York Clipper. And he began keeping comparative statistics so that he could measure one player's performance against another's.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. First pitch from Paxton Ozuna misses outside for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. 92 off the plate. Ball 2, 2-0. Paxton. 52 pitches into the afternoon. The 2-0 pitch. Swing and fouls it straight back. Man, he almost timed that one up 2-1. Zuna's been sitting on 9 home runs. It feels like a month and a half. He got off to that torrid start. It's cooled off a bit, but he's still hitting the ball hard. The 2-1 pitch. Swung on. That ball is lifted into left field. That's going to get down for a base hit. And your Atlanta Braves. 1 on, nobody out. Orlando Arcia coming to the plate. Good piece of hitting by Ozuna. Not a bad pitch by Paxton. He just turned on it. Ozuna clapped his hands to the heavens. Like, thank the Lord that ball finally dropped for me. So Orlando Arcia will come to the plate. Lefty righty, first pitch, swing and a miss, strike. On the outer edge, it's 0-1. Paxton will try to set you up with the hard stuff because he wants you to hit into the teeth of the defense. He's a pitch-to-contact pitcher. The 0-1, swung on, chopped foul, 0-2. You'll notice most of his pitches are designed to go down and in on the right-handers. So he'll set up out and away with the hard stuff and then get you to miss time going over it. The 0-2, swung on, pops it up, high in the sky. Fighting the sun, man, oh man alive. We almost got a gift there. Andy Page has had a hell of a time fighting the sun. He did make the catch, one away, F8. That thing snow-coned out of the back of his glove. He was looking right into the sun. Though he had glasses on, he almost misplayed that. That would have been a wonderful gift. Instead, one down. Michael Harris II comes to the plate. First pitch on the way to Michael is down and away for a ball, 1-0. The 1-0, lefty. Swung on, chopped foul down the line, 1-1. Notice this series and the Seattle series, along with the Cleveland series, it appears that the game plan on Michael is to get him to reach just below the zone. The 1-1, swing and a miss, chase that knuckle curve, down and out of the zone again, 1-2. And he's obliging them by chasing him. Now that one there was a pretty good curveball, but he's really helped the pitchers out the last week or so. The 1-2 to Harris. Swing, and that ball's lifted high into center field. Going back on the track, making the catch is Pages again. Harris put a charge into that one, but they had him defended perfectly. 2 down. So 2 down. And the only other guy to get a base hit so far off of James Paxton is coming to the plate, Adam Duvall. He slapped a single his first time up, raising his average to 229, his OPS to above 700. First pitch to Duvall, lefty-righty, swung on, pops it up, high into center field, coming in. That'll be an easy, lazy fly ball. That'll end the inning. So Zuna gets on, but everybody else couldn't do nothing. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
Well, I woke up to go get me a cold pop, and then I thought somebody was barbecuing. I said, oh, Lord Jesus, it's a fire. Then I ran out. I didn't grab no shoes or nothing, Jesus. I ran for my life. And then the smoke got me. I got bronchitis. Ain't nobody got time for that.
If dating is the game, then marriage is winning the game.
Yeah, if you're playing in the women's league.
We used to poor, we little kids, or Mom a lot of times wouldn't have nothing to cook for supper, and she'd set us all down at the table and read the recipe to us. We had a little brother that was hard of hearing, and he almost starved to death.
She'd line us all up, feed us breakfast, feed us cereal, and make us eat it with a fork so we'd pass the milk down to the next one.
I'm at work. What do you want? I need you. Okay, what do you need? Missed call. I said I'm at work. Missed call. I can't call right now. Missed call. Missed call. Missed call. Missed call. Pick up the phone. Text me what you need. Answer! Do you know where the peanut butter is? That's all you wanted to ask me?
Armchair.
People in Pittsburgh actually eat pizza where the crust is cooked and the toppings are put on cold. So to answer your question, yes, Pittsburgh is as bad as it sounds. But let me ask y'all a question. What in the lungeable snack time pizza is going on here? Because if this is true, then I'm just never going to Pittsburgh.
First thing about it, and this seems so obvious that maybe we overlook it, baseball is a beautiful thing. It's more beautiful in an old park that's asymmetrical and quirky. But even in a dome with artificial turf, it's beautiful. The way the field fans out, the choreography of the sport, the pace and rhythm of it, the fact that that pace and rhythm allows for conversation and reflection and opinion and comparison.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. First pitch on the way from Max Fried to Rojas is out and away for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Right there at the knees, 94 miles an hour, 1-1. Rojas 1 for 1. I'm sorry, 0 for 1. Grounded out in the second. The 1-1 swung on, hit over to second. Ozzy's got it. Easy play to first. 4-3 put out, 1 away. So 1 down. That'll bring Chris Taylor to the plate. Taylor, right side, takes a swing at the first pitch. Curveball, knocks it back behind him, was right over the top of it. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Fried steps off the bump for a second. Seattle held on and beat Houston 5-4. The 0-1 pitch. Right there for a strike, 0-2. 95. Kisses the black up top. Max keeps adjusting on the backside of his belt. I hope it's not some kind of discomfort. I hope it's just the belt itself. The 0-2 pitch. Down below the knees, 97 miles an hour, misses. 1-2. It does appear it's where his belt and his loop connect, so I don't believe it's anything to cause for concern, but we'll keep an eye on it. The 1-2 from Fried. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with the changeup. Max Fried getting into the rhythm of it now. 2 away. Usually if you're going to get Max, it's early in the game. So 2 down. Braves just got to get some runs to help them out. First pitch to Austin Barnes, the hind catcher, number 9 hitter, takes a swing at it. First pitch, fouls it well out of play. It's 0-1. Baltimore leads Cincinnati 3-0. That game's in the 5th. A's and Marlins are 5-0 Miami. That game's in the 4th. Pitch on the way. Inside, did he go around? They check down the first base line. First base umpire Manny Gonzalez says he did. It's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Tonight, the Giants played the Phillies. The 0-2 pitch. Down below the knees, trying to get him to chase that slide. That was a nice pitch. Good job to hold off on that one, 1-2. So a 1-2 count. Pitch on the way, down and in, 2-2. The 2-2, 2 outs. Just below the knees, ball 3, 3-2. Fox says it's hard being a Pirates fan. That comment wasn't towards the city of Pittsburgh. It was towards the clip that was played about the Pittsburgh pizza that just sounds awful. The 3-2 pitch. Outside wide, ball 4. Fried tried to get a little too fine at that at bat. Really just ought to win after him with Mookie Betts looming on deck. So 2 down, and Mookie stands at the plate. He takes a swing at the first pitch. It's a comebacker to the mound. Max has it. He'll flip it over to Olsen, and that'll end the inning. So good job of Max to get through 5, tromping the top of the order heading to the plate.
You're very lucky that you're with somebody as resilient.
You tried to off yourself 2 times in the last 24 hours, Frank.
single scores at least one, probably two, with Adrianza's speed. Braves fans are on their feet hoping for some kind of a bleeder or a seeing eye single, trying to find any way to get a runner home. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Buehler's got to be coming to the end of his string. For him to piece together this many pitches on 3 days rest, he's really done an incredible job. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and it is swung on and hit high and deep down the right field line. Is it fair? Is it? It is gone, baby! Ram-a-lam-a ding-dong, zip, boom, bam, a 3-run shot makes it 4-1 Atlanta.
Did you know that in the 1970s, a man left his house and walked to the Golden Gate Bridge and jumped off the bridge? When his loved ones went to his house, they discovered a note that said, "I'm walking to the Golden Gate. If one person smiles, I'm not going to jump." You don't know what other people are going through. Sometimes all that person needs is a warm smile from a stranger.
Armchair.
It is a haunted game in which every player is measured against the ghosts of all who have gone before. Most of all, it is about time and timelessness, speed and grace, failure and loss, imperishable hope and coming home.
Robinson with a good lead. There he goes. He hits the dirt and he's safe.
Pull up a chair. Your home. Braves Country Radio. The classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. First pitch on the way to Chadwick Trump from Paxton is high and inside for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Lefty-righty pitch. 93 misses high. 2-0. So a 2-0 count. Pitch swung on, pops up. Trump trying to give away another at bat. Instead, it'll fade into the back behind the backstop. 2-1. 3 consecutive pitches up high. He finally couldn't lay off one of them. So a 2-1 count. Pitch on the way. Swung on, belted high and deep into center field, but it'll die in the glove of Pages. 1 away. Trump gave it a ride. Didn't get quite enough on it. 2-0 your score, top of the 6th inning. Paxton on only 66 pitches. Top of the order now due up for the Braves. Third time through the lineup. Cunha steps in. Fastball misses high and way outside the zone. 1-0. The 1-0. 93-mile-an-hour fastball misses high again. 2-0. So all those fastballs have been really high out of the zone in this inning. The 2-0 to Acuna. 94 just inside the hands. Got the call. 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. Down and in. Ball 3, 3-1. You'd love to see Acuna get on. Wreak some havoc on the base paths. Make Paxton sweat a little bit. The 3-1 pitch. Way high and out of the zone. Ball 4. And that'll send Ronald Acuna Jr. What's odd is that in this inning, the ball looks like it's exploding out of Paxton's hands. You would think that might be a good thing. But at the same token, it looks like he's lost control. Ball's coming in a little hotter, not only by like a mile or two. The first pitch on the way to Ozzie is down and in for a strike, swung at a fastball below the knees. It's 0-1. The 0-1, lefty righty, open stance from the right side. Ozzie digs in, pitch, swatted foul and out of play. It's 0-2. You do wonder with Acuna standing on deck if they'll try to throw that knuckle curve in the dirt that he likes to get guys out on. If Acuna goes, there's no way you're throwing him out on that pitch. The 0-2 from Paxton. Wind whipping out towards right field. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. That ball was nowhere near the zone. Ozzie just made up his mind he was swinging no matter what. 2 away. That ball bounced right in front of where his front foot originally was. So 2 down, and Austin Riley, if he can get one lifted, that ball's whipping out there. Paxton flips it over to first. It's kind of a nonchalant pickoff attempt. You got to figure he's got one that's a little quicker than that he's trying to set him up for. 1 on, 2 out. Cunha inching towards second. The pitch. Swung on, lifted high, but not very deep. The wind is going to knock it down. Page has lost it for a second again, rebounded and caught the ball after it hung up there, and that'll end the inning. 2 times we've almost gotten a gift from that, but Page has fought through it. We'll be back in a flash.
If you hate America so much and you don't like this country that gave you $1 billion, leave it or come deal with me. You go to China, go to these sweatshops that you employ all these laborers and use these women and pay them pennies on the dollar to make your millions. You, LeBron James, you're a coward, you're a spineless coward, and you're a
You mean the low-life, ass-wipe, egg sucker?
LeBron James.
Man's crazy, loco, always hanging out around those kinky strip bars. You know, the ones where the men take their clothes off? That's, of course, if he's taking his medication.
Medication?
Yes, without it, he could be anywhere, wandering around, talking to the trees. Believe me, this man is a menace.
Armchair.
I'm so old. We used to take a shower in our uniforms because, you know, because we flew commercial my first few years.
Wait, time out. There's no era where you did.
Yes, it is.
Stop, you're making this up.
No, I'm not.
There's no way that you were supposed to wash your uniform with it on.
When I first,
you're making this up.
I'm not making this up.
Let him finish.
When I first got to the NBA, we flew commercial. So when
That's
you played the night before and flew the next morning, when was you exactly going to get your uniform clean? You had to wash your uniform yourself. So after the game, when you got to your room, you took a shower in your uniform and dried it and dropped on the commercial airline the next day.
Were you with Jed Clampett? Yeah, have you ever heard of this in your life?
Well, how are y'all cleaning y'all uniform when you're flying the next morning?
You can clean your uniform without showering in it.
Well,
that is possible. You don't have to have it on.
No, but it's easier to do it that way.
You know, in the other sports, you have time you have to play against the clock. And when the clock runs out, your chance is over. You play until you lose. And if you can keep that rally alive, if you can keep going, if you can keep getting hits, you can play until a week from now. Nothing stops you.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. First pitch on the way to Shohei Ohtani, who's 2 for 2. Taken right there at the knees for a strike. It's 0-1. Ohtani's done all the damage today. A single his second time up, his first time up, a 2-run shot. The 0-1, sweeper, down and away, it's 0-2. Max Fried has gotten away from that sweeper, but he's pulling it out here against Ohtani, maybe just trying to give him a different look. The 0-2 pitch, swing, and fouls it straight back 95 miles an hour. Do it again. That wind is really picking up and blowing towards right field. Bad part is our left-handed batters, man, they are struggling. It doesn't help you quite as much. The 0-2 to Ohtani, down below the knees, 1-2. That wind knocked down Riley's last at bat. It probably doesn't get out, but it would have gotten a lot further than it did. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on, lifted into center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. And Ohtani is now 3 for 3 on the day. Just kind of flipped the bat out there and served it into center. Didn't get much on it. Just kind of stuck with the pitch. And that's all it took to keep it close. Flipped it out there just over the head of a leaping Orlando Arcia. Sometimes it's just not your day against another guy. Freddie Freeman steps to the plate. He's 0 for 1. First pitch to Freddie. Swung on, grounded over to second. Ozzy's got it. Flips it over to Arcia. It's going to be a 4-6, almost 3 double play. Freddie Freeman was busting it down the line. Just beat it out. Kind of a slow developing one. Freeman doesn't have the greatest of speed, but he does hustle. Just got him maybe by a quarter step. I don't think Ozzy and Arcia could have done anything different on that one. That was just not in the cards to get that one turned. So Hernandez comes to the plate. He takes a swing at the first pitch. Change up outside. Swing and a miss. Strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Fried comes set. Time is called for a second. Hernandez gets back in the box. The 0-1 from Fried. 79 pitches on the afternoon. Curveball. Did he go around? They checked down the line. First base umpire Manny Gonzalez says he did not. 1-1. Looked like that curveball may have clipped the zone down going away, but didn't get the call. So a 1-1 count. The pitch. Swing. Pops it up high and deep. Is that going to stay in the yard? It is not. A 2-run shot. And the Braves trail 4-0. Unbelievable. A hanger, and Teoscar Hernandez hits his second home run of the season, of the series, excuse me. It's his 8th home run of the year. Curveball. 2 times tonight, the curveball has done in Max Fried. It's 4-0 here in the bottom of the 6th. So 4-0 your score, bottom of the 6th. Fried will go back to work. Pitch on the way. Inside for a ball. 1-1. So 1-1 count. Lefty, righty, pitch. Down and away. 2-1. The 2-1 from Fried. Swing and fouls it out of play. 2-2. LA 4, Braves nothing. Braves still with the chance to get back in this, but you like to keep it where it's at. The 2-2 from Fried. Swung on, just got a piece of that, rolled it foul. Do it again. Nationals and Blue Jays are knotted up at 8 in the bottom of the 7th. The 2-2. Kicks and fires. Caught looking, strike 3. That one looked like it might have been a tad inside. Kike did not like it. Can't say that I blame him. Definitely got the benefit of the doubt on that one. It was a good frame by Tromp. They're showing on the pitch column that it didn't come anywhere close to the zone, 2 away. Two down. That'll bring Andy Pages to the plate. First pitch is swung on and fouled back out of play. It's 0-1. Pages 0 for 2 on the day. 2 strikeouts. The 0-1. Right there for a strike. 0-2. That's crazy that he has not walked. So it's now 73 at bats to start his Dodger career, which is an LA Dodger franchise record. But he's batting .328. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Fastball up top. And that'll end the inning. But not before the Dodgers put 2 more on the board. Two two-run homers have been the difference. Matt Olson, Ozuna, Arcia coming to the plate.
Cool. Wizard versus nerd. Write you down with my spell. No, science is the answer.
Northern Tool and Equipment.
My girlfriend has given me a pet name.
I'm afraid to ask.
Snuggle Muffin.
No, it isn't.
And she uses it in public.
Okay, so give your girlfriend a pet name she'll hate, like Thunder Chunky.
I couldn't do that.
I see. Too harsh for Snuggle Muffin. Okay. Drown her out with a 200-mile-per-hour cordless leaf blower.
Got it. Here she comes.
Hey, Snuggle Muffin. What are you doing, Snuggle? I am so out of here.
Wait. Come back, Thunder Chunky.
There's no problem a little horsepower can't solve.
Armchair.
Rainey against Leary. The way that Leary is pitching, we may have to go back to the hotel and stay in this lousy town for another night. Might be too late to get out of the airport. Boy, he's a slow worker. There's a strike call.
Don't bother me. I hold grudges. I don't give a damn. I still hate from middle school. I don't wish none of you well. All of you.
In 1866, at Vassar College, a group of freshmen, with the support of a female physician who thought exercise for women essential to good health, formed the Laurel and Abenakis Baseball Club. Other colleges soon followed suit. They did not play for long.
One day, a student, while running between bases, fell with an injured leg. We attended her to the infirmary with the foreboding that this accident would end our play of baseball.
The teams were soon forced to disband. The game was considered far too violent for young ladies to play.
You're listening to Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. First pitch to Olson, just outside for a ball. It's the 1-0 from Paxton. Kicks and fires. Swing, and that ball's rifled towards right field. That's going to get down for a base hit. It's going to get down where the green grass grows. Here comes Olson. He is out at second, trying to stretch it into a double. A good relay by the Dodgers. And unless we can see a replay that changes, very, very poor base running. I know he got it over his head and got overexcited, and it was a great defensive play, but when you're down 4, you cannot be getting thrown out at second. Oh, yeah, definitely looks like they got him. First pitch on the way to Ozuna is swung on and fouled back into the catcher. They're going to check on him real quick. It's 0-1. Braves getting blanked. If it makes it feel any better, Eddie Rosario just hit a 2-run home run for the Nationals. They're going to come out and check on Barnes. We'll hit the scoreboard while we're doing that. In that game, Nationals lead the Blue Jays 10-8 in the 7th. Marlins and A's 5-2 in the 6th. Rays outlasted the Mets 7-6 in extras. Royals 2-1 over the Rangers are heading to the 9th. First pitch on the way to Marcel. After the check on the catcher, is outside wide for a ball, 1-1. They're in the 6th. Orioles and Reds 4-0 Baltimore. The 1-1 swung on, lifted high and deep into right field, drifting back on the track, and that ball is over the wall. A mighty smack over the track, and Marcell Ozuna is back, baby. His 10th home run of the year. 373 happy feet. 104 miles an hour off of the Big Zoo, and the Braves cut it to a 4-1 lead. He got it up in that wind going into right field, and it kept carrying and carrying and carrying, getting just over the wall into the second or third row. Orlando Arcia is 0 for 2. Steps up to the plate. The first pitch to Orlando is swung on and chopped foul. In between home and first, it's 0-1. The 0-1 swung on, rifled, foul, and out of play. 0-2. So an 0-2 count to Arcia. Braves trail 4-1. The pitch. Swung on, hit hard on the ground. That's going to get underneath the diving glove of Kike Hernandez. And Orlando, 1 on, 1 out. That'll bring Harris to the plate. Hard hit worm burner under the diving glove of Kike. Lefty-lefty matchup. Paxton about to throw his 84th pitch. On the way, swung on, lifted high into center field. Easy fly ball catch. 2 away. Orlando, he was taken off. He had to backtrack and get back to first before they picked him off. Good slide and a throw that was wide of the bag. Sent Harris back to the dugout. I'm telling you right now, he needs a day off. He's just up there swinging at everything. Dave Roberts is coming out. That normally means a pitching change. It will be. When we come back, Duvall will be due up. We may go to Kelnick. We'll be back in a flash.
Pretty cool! Pretty cool! Woo!
An Irishman walks into a bar and he orders 7 tequilas and a pint of Guinness. As the barman is finishing pouring the Guinness, he brings it over to the man and he notices all 7 shots of tequila are gone. He says, "Wow, you've drank them fast." And the Irishman says, "You'd drink fast too if you knew what I had." And the barman says, "What?" He says, €2.
No! Beans don't go in chili. It ain't never...
Hot dog or using it as a topping, then no, beans.
Did you say hot dog? Not never. In the history of foreverdom, is it okay? You're making beanie weenies. You're making pork and beans. Don't put beans in chili. It's not okay.
Definitely
not never.
When it is the centerpiece of the meal.
Not if you're putting beans in it. No.
You learn how to cook in Texas. You don't even count as a piece.
Did you say he doesn't count as a person because he learned to cook in Texas?
Yes.
Are you saying Texans don't count for cooking?
They got good barbecue.
No, they don't.
Oh.
Did you just say Memphis style? Is it Carolina? Hell no.
I don't like. Then there's the abomination that is Alabama white sauce.
They use mayonnaise. Okay, first of all, ew. Second of all, it's not okay. Third of all, you put it on your barbecue.
Texas is the Alabama white sauce of barbecue.
I see great things in baseball. It's our game, the American game. It will take our people out of doors, fill them with oxygen, give them a larger physical stoicism, tend to relieve us from being a nervous, dyspeptic set, repair these losses, and be a blessing to us. Walt Whitman.
Braves Country HD. YouTube.com/@Braves Country. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Joe Kelly in to face Duvall. First pitch almost gets Duvall. He bends out of the way of the knuckle curve. He should have stuck that chicken wing out there and got that base. 1-0. The 1-0. Just off the plate wide, 2-0. So a 2-0 count. Kelly kicks and fires right there at the knees. 2-1. Joe Kelly came on earlier in the series. Pitched well. The 2-1 pitch. Inside. That fastball almost got him. Ball 3, 3-1. So a 3-1 count. Righty, righty. Kelly comes set, the pitch on the way. Outside wide, ball 4. Should have been called. Instead, man, home plate umpire Corey Blazer blew that one. Gave him a strike. That he had to frame that from the other batter's box and dance it in. Bad job by Blazer. So a full count now. The only good news on that is that the runner will be on the move. The payoff pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So an awful call by Corey Blazer, the home plate umpire, does the Braves in. We do get a run. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
All right. I can't see you. Let me hear you. All right.
Welcome back, Braves Country. First pitch from Max Fried is right there for a strike to Rojas. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Down and away, slider misses, 1-1. Braves trail 4-1. They'll leave Fried back out there to go. See how far he'll go here in the 7th inning. Is it 92 pitches? It's Rojas, Taylor, and Barnes due up. The 1-1 down and away, 1-2. Dodgers have the right-hander warming up in the bullpen. So a 1-2 count. Pitch on the way. Curveball taken low. 2-2. Couple of reasons why they're probably letting Fried go back out there. A, they're trailing 4-1. They don't really want to go deep into the bullpen because if for some reason they can come back and get this to extras, they want to be able to put their best foot forward. As the 2-2 pitch swung on, lifted into center field, and making the catch is Michael Harris. Good running grab for the first out. The other thing would be the Braves are going to just play 5 games this week, so in theory, they could give Max Fried a lot of extra rest. He's messing with that side again. I hope that is equipment related and not anything else. He keeps grabbing at his left side. First pitch on the way is down and into Taylor for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Lefty, righty. Taylor 0 for 2. Takes the sinker down and away, 2-0. I don't think Max would face the top of the order. So he's got to pitch a clean inning to stay in the game. Someone was asking, I saw it during the break and I meant to react to it as Trump is having an issue with his pitch comm, as they normally tend to have, about Sean Murphy. So he took some swings, and they said everything was okay, and assuming he doesn't have any setbacks from that, they're expecting Sean Murphy to start ramping up baseball activities this coming week, which means he could be back in 2 to 3 weeks. The 2-0 swung on, lifted high into center field, coming in, converging on it. Michael Harris is second. He'll make the catch. 2 down. They haven't mentioned whether or not they would expect him to have to go on a rehab assignment. I would think just to shake the cobwebs out, he'd go for 1 or 2 games. But they may decide just to let him get the dust off up top. First pitch on the way to Barnes, a sweeper high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Right there for a strike, curveball, top of the zone, 1-1. He's been using that curveball much more than the sweeper the last several outings, and he went back to that sweeper today. I think it was because the curveball wasn't hitting. The 1-1 swung on, foul back out of play, 1-2. The curveball, those are the 2 pitches he hung that got knocked out of the park. So I think he's gotten a little gun shy on him, but he did flip one in there a second ago. All in all, not a terrible outing by Max Fried. It wasn't a good outing. The 1-2, down and in, 2-2. He's given up 4 hits against this offense. You just expect the Braves to score more runs against James Paxton than 1 through 7 innings. The 2-2. Lefty, righty, pitch on the way. Down and in. Ball 3, 3-2. So a full count from Fried. Dodgers 4, Braves 1. Bottom of the 7th, the payoff pitch. Missed outside, ball 4. That's the same exact area that Blazer gave the strike called to Adam Duvall, but he did not give it to the Dodgers batter Barnes. Kranitz is going to go out there and talk to him. That's normally not a good sign. If Kranitz is going to go out there and talk, that means they're trying to squeeze one more out of Fried, and he's about to face Mookie Betts again. And strangely enough, I don't think there's any way in the world he would face the left-handers due up after that, because Shohei Ohtani has put on a clinic, going 3 for 3 with the home run. Freddie's hit a couple of balls hard, but unless you're going to walk Ohtani to get to Freeman, which would be, how do they say it? It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how it works out. So they'll send Fried back out there at 104 pitches to face Mookie Betts. The first pitch is a sweeper missing high, 1-0. A.J. Minter's warming up in the bullpen. The 1-0. Right there at the knees for a strike, 96 miles an hour, 1-1. AJ would be brought in to face Ohtani, I would think. I can't imagine they would let. I'm a little surprised Fried's out there at 106 pitches, as much as they've bubble wrapped him. The 1-1, high and out of the zone, 2-1. So a 2-1 count. Nationals 11-8 over Toronto. That game's in the 8th. The 2-1 count. Southpaw winds and kicks. Swing. That ball's chopped high over to third, but Riley picks it up on the in-between, fires it over to first, and that'll end the inning. Braves will grab the bats. Tromp or a pinch hitter leads us off, and then we get the top of the order.
You know what this has to do with? What? The man in the cape. I bet you he is mixed up in this. I don't trust men in capes.
And you can't cast aspersions on someone just because they're wearing a cape. Superman wore a cape. I'll be damned if I'm going to stand here and let you say something bad about him.
All right, Superman's the exception.
Armchair.
Christian Yelich, single and a run. Very dangerous hitter. The crowd is on their feet. We're down to one strike, Braves country. Cross everything. So many heroes here. Wow! Called third strike. He got caught watching the paint dry, and that's it. The Atlanta Braves will head to the National League Championship Series. They knock out the Milwaukee Brewers, a team that everyone had forgotten about. Everyone had left for dead.
Yes, Henry Aaron has done it. The fireworks are going. His teammates went home plate and listen to this crowd.
I felt great. I felt like the world was lifted off of my shoulders. It was done, over with, and I felt like no matter what people thought about it, it was my record.
In the decades to come, the memory of the scene might blur, but the memory of the sound will remain with everyone who was there. The sound of Henry Aaron's bat when it hit the baseball tonight. At home plate, surrounded by an ovation that came down around him as if it were a waterfall of appreciation. He was met by his teammates who attempted to lift him out of their shoulders, but he slipped off into the arms of his father and his mother, Estella. I never knew, Aaron would say later, that my mother could hug so tight.
We will get a pinch hitter. It's Jared Kelenic, the left-hander, coming on to face the new right-hander, Blake Treinen, out of the pen for the Los Angeles Dodgers. 35-year-old veteran. He's been with the Dodgers for quite some time, back since 2020. First pitch on the way is a cutter up top for a ball. It's 1-0, 94 miles an hour. First appearance this year. Coming off an injury in 23, the 1-0. Swung on, swatted foul down the first base line. It's 1-1. Treinen in his career, a 2.86 ERA. He also has 79 saves to his name. 87 holds. The 1-1, just below the knees. 2-1. That's a nifty-looking slider. Didn't get the call, just below the kneecaps. So a 2-1 to Kelenic. Pitch on the way, high and inside, ball 3-1. Love to see these Braves bats wake up. Braves trail 4-1. The 3-1 from Trinan. Swing and fouls it straight back. Braves 1, Dodgers 4. Top of the 8th inning. The pitch. Swung on and missed. Got away, but not far enough. The throw from Barnes to Freeman will get Kelnick 1 down. It's a twisting slider out around down his ankles. Pretty nasty pitch. It was nowhere near the zone, but hard to lay off with 2 strikes as it's diving in on you. 1 down. Ronald Acuna Jr. in the top of the order due up now. It's now or never for this Braves offense. The first pitch on the way. 4-seam fastball, swing and a miss, strike. It's 0-1. You would think their closer, Evan Phillips, would be available today. Was not used last night. The 0-1 pitch. Outside wide. 1-1. So a 1-1 count. These ice cold bats, I think a day off and getting back to Atlanta is going to help them. But some of these guys have got to start seeing more pitches. Barnes is going to go out there and chat with Trinan real quick. Acuna's 0 for 2 with the walk in the 6th. He's starting to swing the bat pretty well in this series. Hoping that carries over when we get back to Atlanta. 2 at home against Boston on Tuesday and Wednesday night. And then we go back out to New York to face the Mets for 3. And then back at home to the Cubs. The 1-1 swung on, grounded over short. Mookie's got it, flips it over to first, and it's a 6-3 put out. 2 down. Two down. If this score holds and Philadelphia wins tonight, we'll be 2.5 back in the East. It's been quite a while since we've been that far out. First pitch on the way to Ozzie Albies is up high for a ball. It's 1-0. The only thing I can say about that is we've had some really good regular seasons past couple of years and nothing to show for it. And last year, the 2 teams that made it to the World Series did not win their division. The 1-0 swung on, lifted high, pop up into center field. This time, Pages has no issues with the sun, and that'll end the inning. So, 3 up, 3 down. We head to the bottom of the 8th, trailing by 3.
That's the beauty of baseball. There's no time limit. You have to let the other guy have an opportunity. It's not basketball. We can run the clock out and pass it around, foul each other for the last 3 minutes of the game. We're not running the ball up the middle or taking a knee like it is in football. You have to face your opponent. Your opponent has every opportunity down to the very last pitch of the game to win a game. That's the beauty of baseball. That's why I love baseball the way I do.
Armchair.
Now, for me, I wasn't good enough to guess pitches. I looked for one pitch every at bat. Every pitch was fastball right down the middle. Yeah. That's it. As soon as I saw it, I would swing. So I'd look fastball down the middle every single pitch, and my approach was to stay to right center field.
Hey, you want to watch the Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer?
Yeah.
So what'd you think?
It was awesome. It was great. It's everything I thought it was going to be.
Then why are you so mad?
March 2025.
Yeah?
I'll be dead or in jail by then. They're making games for people who obviously they think have their life together. My life's not together. I live 2 weeks at a time. 2 weeks at a time. They'll probably repossess this house by the time that game comes out.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna drink a beer.
Why?
I got plenty of time to kill. I mean, why not? Damn.
Who are you on the phone with?
My doctor. Okay, I'm trying to get my blood pressure under control.
I'm glad you're finally starting to take care of yourself.
No. I just need to live long enough to play this game.
One afternoon on the Brooklyn waterfront, a boy named William Cummings, known to his friends as Candy, noticed that he could make a clamshell curve when he hurled it through the air and began to wonder if he might be able to do the same thing one day with a baseball. In April 1867, now pitching for the Brooklyn Excelsiors, Candy Cummings tried out his new pitch. Though it was outlawed, everyone started throwing the curveball. Purists were appalled.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Travis Darnode will come on to catch for Chadwick Tromp. AJ Minter's going to try to keep it right here where it is. Lefty, lefty. Ohtani leads us off. The first pitch swung on and belted, and that ball's gone. An absolute moonshot. Shohei Ohtani. Good night, Irene. How far did that one fly? His 10th home run of the year, his third of the series, 25th RBI, 464 feet, 110 miles an hour off the bat. Unbelievable. Glad we don't have to see this guy all the time. My God, he is a nightmare. First pitch on the way to Freddie Freeman is swung on and chopped foul back behind home plate. It's 0-1. That wind really is picking up, and I know that carried a little bit, but he absolutely tattooed that ball. I mean, they knew it the moment it came off the bat. The 0-1, down and away, cutter misses, 1-1. LA 5, Atlanta 1. The 1-1 pitch. Swing, and that ball's lifted high into left field, right into the glove of Adam Duvall. 1 away. This Braves team just not playing well right now, but such a long season. You can't worry about, I mean, think about how bad this team was playing in 2021 back in April and May, even into June. It wasn't until late July that they really started to take off. First pitch on the way to Hernandez is swing and a miss strike. It's 0-1. Remember a couple of weeks ago we kept talking about how well or how good our record was, even though we were naming a handful of guys that weren't hitting. Well, now it's caught up to us. Is the 0-1 pitch swung on, lifted high, down the right field line. Is that going to stay fair? If it is, it's trouble. It's out of the park, but just right of the foul pole. Maybe 3 seats to the right of the foul pole in deep right field. In fact, the ball rattled around, and the girl that ends up with the ball is actually sitting to the left of the foul pole. Looking at a replay, Hernandez thinks he hit it out, and they're gonna review it. It is really difficult to see because it looks like it went right of the pole, and I don't think it hit the pole. That would be my only question. It definitely fell right of the pole. The question is, I don't think it went behind the pole. Hernandez is, of course he wants the home run. Yeah, no, that thing didn't hit the pole. Just saw a very good look where the shadow shows that it did not go out. You see it cross over the pole with the sun of the shadow, and the guy that it hits, physically no way for that ball to be out of the park on a fair home run for the guy that caught the ball, or that ricocheted off of him, because it ricocheted behind the right field pole, rattled around, But I can see why the Dodgers are reviewing it because it is very, very close. And the New York offices love Los Angeles, so who knows? They might give it to him anyways. Hernandez is laughing now because he knows it. He knows it went out, but he's motioning, basically saying, "Give it to me." It is a foul ball. Hernandez gets back to the box. He was laughing at the end because he was like, maybe not. But when you're leading 5-1, and you know that could be a death nail in the 8th inning, you might as well give it a try. So an 0-2 from Minter. Time is called by, I'm sorry, but after all that, he gets a timeout. If I'm Blue, I give him an automatic strike and go, nah, man, your timeout was at 2 minutes that we took watching the replay. The 0-2 from Minter. Down and away, 1-2. 1-2. Why didn't the Braves get Shohei? The 1-2 pitch. Lefty, righty. Swung on, chopped over to first. And the ball goes underneath Olsen's glove. That's going to be an error on Olsen. He has had a bad month of defense. I don't know if that hit the back of the bag, because the glare from the sun really makes it difficult, but he had such a weird reaction. No, it didn't. It skipped over the back. He just poor play on his part. He booted that one. It hit his glove. As much as we bragged on his defense last year, he's having a bad year defensively this year. Minter's going to come out of the game. I wouldn't say that's necessarily his fault, but he's going to come out of the game. We'll get a pitching change. They're trying to get some work in for a couple of these guys.
Max, a woman in my section wants to know if we do anything gluten-free. What do I tell her? Tell her she's not allergic to gluten. She's just masking an eating disorder.
Who wins in a cage match of Ronda Rousey and Bruce Jenner versus Ronda Rousey and Bruce Jenner, or Caitlyn Jenner, versus Michael Sam and Ray Rice? Well, I tried to make it as even as possible.
Armchair. I may have been a little irrational today.
A little?
Shut up!
Well, let me say this. I'm talking to the players, man. If you're going to make $50, $60 million a year to play basketball 3 or 4 days a week, play basketball, man. Now, if you're injured, don't play. But everybody hurts after the first 2 weeks of the season. Your legs sore, your knees sore. If you're injured, I don't want you to play. But the notion that 30, 40, 50 million dollars to play basketball 4 days a week, y'all got the best shoes, you got the best medical staff, you got these guys sleeping in chambers, you got ice baths. Man, if you can play, shut the hell up and play.
I heard that this year we at Harvard won the baseball championship because we have a pitcher who has a fine curveball. I am further instructed that the purpose of the curveball is to deliberately deceive the batter. Harvard is not in the business of teaching deception. Charles Eliot, president of Harvard College.
Welcome back. Jesse Chavez will come in. Chavez. And here it's a runner on second, 1 out. Kike Hernandez, the batter. Braves trail 5-1. The 1-0. Righty. Down below the knees, 2-0. Yeah, so he's getting $70 million a year. 68's deferred each year, but what's been confused by the fans is the 2-0 pitch, swing and a miss, 2-1. Though he's deferring it, it's still getting taxed across the team. So you're getting taxed like you're paying him $70 million, even though only $2 million is going into his account. I hope I explained that correctly, and that's a little confusing. The 2-1 swung on, foul back out of play, 2-2. So yes, it's deferred, but it still counts against your cap. The 2-2. Kicks and fires. Caught, looking, strike 3. Got him that cutter on the inner cut. 2 away. Good pitch by Jesse. So when you look up the team's payrolls right now, it looks like the Dodgers are much lower, but by the end of the year, after it all kicks in, they're going to be up over $300 million. First pitch on the way to Pages is high and inside for a ball. It's 1-0. And not only is that real money that comes out because they still get taxed against it with the luxury tax, but it also affects all of your draft picks. The 1-0, swing and a miss, 1-1. What it saved the Dodgers is, for now, it gives them a break in their actual bank account, but not on how they're being taxed by MLB. The 1-1 swung on, popped up high in the sky, drifting over, making the catch is Michael Harris, and that'll end the inning. We'll head to the top of the 9th inning, middle of the order due up, and we'll search the couch cushion and see if we can come up with $70 million.
Hi, I'm going to be your waitress because my mother drank.
Pete Rose, a very unforgettable moment took place in All-Star Game history back in 1970 in Cincinnati. And as we run it up here, I wonder if you'd talk about it and describe it.
Well, I'm running third. Hickman got to hit the center, and I start to slide head first right there, but I saw I couldn't be safe because Fosse was blocking the plate, and it was my advantage because he was reaching for the ball, and I happened to hit him at the right time, and I scored the winning run in an extra inning ball game. And I missed 3 games, but unfortunately he separated his shoulder and played the next month with that, and it sort of ruined his career. But I think you have to try to do anything. I think that was a clean slide because of the way he was positioned at the plate. You're no catcher, you know what I mean? And I didn't try to hurt anybody because he was at my house till 3 in the morning the night before, and I was just trying to be safe playing in Cincinnati.
Thank you, Pete. Back up to you.
Armchair.
Must be sitting on the slider. The Braves standing room only now. Matzik trying to deliver in the biggest moment of his career so far. Runners on second and third. 2 away. The Braves lead by 2. Fastball swung on and missed. Sit down, baby! Matzik comes in and absolutely yaks the whole side.
Because we've been playing it fundamentally the same way for so long, the way that we can find the benchmarks that cross generations and cross decades is to be able to use these statistics as if they were labels. They aren't numbers. 300 hitter is not a number. The 300 hitter is a tag that means something today, as it did in 1930, as it did in 1890. So the statistics become a means by which we can connect to the permanence. I can make that comparison with my father, who could have made it with his father.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Michael Grove will come on the 4-run lead, so the Braves may be able to get a rally going before they go to the back of the bullpen. They're just trying to get Grove some work. Heart of the order, Riley, Olson, and Ozuna. First pitch to Austin is a swing and a miss strike. Slider off the edge. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Down and away, 1-1. John. The 1-1. Righty. Pitch on the way. Swung on, chop foul down the third base side. 1-2. So a 1-2 count. Austin Riley 0 for 2 with the walk in the first. 3, 4, 5 hitters due up here in the inning. The pitch from Grove. Swung on, just got a piece of that slider, chopped it foul. One point, Michael Grove was looked upon as a hot prospect for the Dodgers rotation. They slowly just converted him to the bullpen. Gave him a few chances to start, a few chances to be the swing man. The 1-2, off the plate wide, 2-2. Hasn't been that long ago that they were looking at him being the next big arm for the Dodgers. The 2-2, caught looking, strike three, took the sinker all the way. I don't know what Riley was waiting on that pitch. One away. One down. I mean, we could take something good from this trip if Matt Olson hits one out here. At least get his bat going. We're going to lose 5 of 6 if things don't turn around. The first pitch on the way. No, Olson will dribble it over to second. And quickly 2 away, 4-3 putout. Orioles lead the Reds 6-0 in the 8th. White Sox beat the Cardinals. Cubs over the Milwaukee Brewers. All these are finals. First pitch on the way to Ozuna is outside for a strike. It's 0-1. Seattle 5-4 winners over Houston. Texas beats Kansas City in extras. The 0-1. Right there at the knees, 0-2. Boston 9-2 to bring Minnesota's streak to an end. Washington 11-8 winners over Toronto. Pirates 5-3 over Colorado. Cleveland beat the Angels. Rays beat the Mets. The 0-2 in the dirt, 1-2. So a 1-2 count. Yankees 5-2 winners over Detroit. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that'll end the inning. That'll mercifully end this series. Braves get swept in L.A. Dodgers playing much better baseball than the Braves are right now. Can't necessarily say they're the better team. We'll find out in October. We'll find out in September. These same two teams will square off in Atlanta in the middle of September, and that's when we'll see the Dodgers next. And hopefully Shohei Ohtani cools the hell off before we see him. Braves lose a tough one. It's a final. Braves get 1 run, a solo shot, 5-1 your score. Ozuna got the solo shot, get him off the schneid back onto the home run list. But other than that, nothing to write home about this one. No post-game show today. We will have a post-game show on Tuesday night after the Red Sox game. And tomorrow afternoon, Red Sox Braves preview with our Red Sox guy, Sergeant Timus Wooten of the U.S. Army. We'll jump on here about 4 o'clock for a live Red Sox Braves crossover show on a day off in Braves country. Y'all have a great Sunday night, Braves country. Braves lose a tough one. At least it was quick and painless. 2 hours and about 10 minutes in this one. Have a great night. Braves lose. We'll go back to it on Tuesday night. It'll be Raylo and then Chris Sale against his own team on his old team on Wednesday. Bye.